Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today we are updating my reading journal with books I read in March and also making the March cover page. And to start, I have to update my goals page. I read 2 more books in March, so I can paint until the number 6. By coincidence, the 2 books I read this past month are both in my maybe next, so I can rate them. I gave Wildfire by Hannah Grace 4 stars and Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark 4.5 stars. I can also add them to my bookshelf and I paint them according to the colors of my rating in my goals page, so this beige is for books that I gave 4 stars. In the alphabet challenge, I can add the letter B and W. Wildfire has 2 people on the cover, so I can paint one big one space this time. And in my book series tracker, I read the second book of Maple Hills, which is Wildfire, and I started the Brutal Birthright series with Brutal Prince. I have to update my reading logs so you can see me using my phone, and the app I use to track my reading is Storygraph. I think it's more complete than Goodreads, and here I just add the pages, when I started and finished a book, and the star rating. You can see me making all of these spreads in my reading journal setup, so if you want to check it out, I will link it down below. And to finish this first quarter of the year, I have to make a review for the final books. And starting with Brutal Prince, I gave 4.5 stars and 3.5 shillings in my spice rating. This book is a dark romance, I think, with smut scenes, so it is in the adult genre, and also fiction. I read in paperback as usual, and I will talk more about this book later. For Wildfire, as I said in the beginning, I gave 4 stars and 3 shillings in spice rating. This book is an adult romance because of the smut, of course, and fiction, and I read in paperback as well. I give my ratings according to the criteria that I did in the beginning of my reader journal setup, so I talk more about them in that video if you want to know more about how I rate a book in the star rating and spice rating. For the March setup, I will use this vinyl sticker from Tina, also known as I'm a Wonder here on YouTube. I am a Patreon, so I received this monthly sticker and print from her. I will link her channel down below. And since I did a very green theme for my bullet journal in March, I wanted to continue the green aesthetic, and for that I will use this sticker as the main point of the cover. The idea is to make this collage with some paper and greenery, so I had these papers in beige that I thought matched the vibe, and these PET plant stickers to go behind the Medusa and make kind of a border around the main sticker. For the title, I just did a hand lettering style and made a drop shadow, but only in the outline. I made the calendar exactly the same as the past 2 months because I want to keep a consistent layout throughout the year, so it's a basic calendar, just shape of the month, divided by boxes for each day, and I did all in green to match the theme. For the decorations, I used some pieces of the same paper that I used on the cover, and also these vintage tickets or papers, I don't know what they are supposed to be, and another plant sticker on the top. In the bottom, I wanted to use this sticker with this plant. I don't know the name, but I really wanted to incorporate this sticker somewhere in this setup, so I just used again the same things and put it all together. Now it's time to update the calendar with books I read, so I started Brutal Prince in the end of February and finished it on 5th of March. Then I started Wildfire on the same day and finished it on March 29. And then I started the book that I'm reading right now, that is Saint. To differentiate them, I used different markers for each book and all in green colors. Now, with the cover page done, we're moving on to the actual books. I'm starting with Brutal Prince, and as usual, I printed some images that match the aesthetic of the book, or just anything that remind me of the characters or some moments. These 4 images are actually from the book itself. I think all books from Sophie Lark have some images in them, so I picked some of them to put here. So now about my review. I really liked this book. It has enemies to lovers, it has mafia. I love the characters and the story and the plot twists are really good. The main characters are Ada Gallo and Callum Griffin. They are from rival mafia gangs, and on one night, Ada accidentally sets fire to Callum's library, and to stave off an all-out war between the two mafias, her father arranges a marriage between Ada and Callum. Of course, the marriage doesn't start well. She poisoned Callum on their wedding night, and their hatred for each other grows from there. But when some trouble comes from a common enemy, they have to put aside their feelings and work together. This book has smut scenes, and it is a dark romance with some action scenes as well. I really enjoyed it and I recommend it. For the tags, I wrote arranged marriage, mafia romance, dual POV, age gap, billionaire, forced proximity, enemies to lovers, and badass female main character. On the left page is where I write some of my favorite quotes from the book and put the cover on the corner, so when I flip through my journal, I know what book this is. I wanted to show you some of the art that is in this book. I realized that I forgot to print the image of strawberries, and in this book they are very important, so instead of printing, I just drew some tiny strawberries on sticker paper, colored them, and put it on the collage. Moving on to the Wildfire book, this one took me almost the entire month to read, and sometimes it takes me more time to read a book because I just don't have time to read, but in this case it actually took me very long because I was very bored. I mean, the book is good, but I think it could be shorter. Some scenes don't add more to the story, so I wasn't so invested in this book because of that. But it was good. I liked the story, but between the first book in this trilogy, I think Anna Grace came with the third book, I still think Icebreaker is better than this one, for the story and for the characters, because in Wildfire I actually was so frustrated with them sometimes, But even so, I like the book overall. I still gave it 4 stars. And actually, now that I think about it, I should change it to 3.5 stars. But oh well. So the story follows Russ and Aurora. They cross paths at a university party, and after a drinking game, they sleep together. But they have a misunderstanding, and Aurora goes home before Russ can learn her full name. But they meet again when their first day of work as camp counselors begins, a job they both took to escape Maple Hills. Of course, the camp has a no staff fraternizing rule, and Russ doesn't want to break the rules. But Aurora is a rule breaker, and they start a forbidden romance. They both have family trauma. Aurora has a father that doesn't care about her and only cares about his new family, and Russ has to deal with his father gambling addiction. And before they can be together, they have to heal themselves so they don't hurt people around them. I still recommend this book if you want a cute romance with a cute MMC. The texts I wrote are Golden Retrieval, Male Main Character, Mutual Purring, Forbidden Romance, Summer Camp, One Night Stand, Found Family, Forced Proximity, and Family Trauma. With the end of the first quarter, it's time to set up my second quarter, so I just copy the first one because I want to continue with the theme of the first setup. So this one is basically dividing the left page in 3, the top is for the title, and the other 2 parts are for book reviews. The right page is also divided in 3, all for book reviews as well. In these spaces, I make space for the cover of the book, the star rating and spice rating all side by side, and then I write the title, the author, the series that book is part of, or if not, I just write standalone, then the pages, the genre, the format, and on the bottom, the review itself. Now it's time for the final flip through. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, it really helps. And comment down below if you read Wildfire and what was your opinion. Of course, mine wasn't very good, but everyone is different, so I would like to see other opinions as well. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!